It was a dark and stormy storm.
Sorry about that.
Ooh. We were just talking about ghost stories and horror things, so I think I leaned into it too hard. Hi, everybody! Welcome to Murder by Murder. My name's Philip, and I'm the parlor master of this game. And joining me are the wonderful guests slash investigators slash blackmail victims slash potential suspects in this Agatha Christie style murder mystery that we've been playing here on Gin Island at Corse Court. How's everyone doing this evening?
Okay.
Fine. On a scale of 1 to 10, a solid 5.
On a scale of 1 to murder?
A solid 5.
My answer
Are you
remains
half
the same.
Murdered? Are you like halfway to like?
I mean,
We're
all dying.
There is something
some
that
point.
really does remain hilarious to me about, like genuinely asking a question that cannot be answered. Like,
And then
there's-
answering it anyways.
or there's something just and then someone missing no beat and just replying. It really remains an energy. I remember once I when I was in I guess it was in college, and I was talking to some people, and this girl, and this was not a joke when she said the following sentence, because I think she was like talking about like witchcraft and such things, and how powerful witchcraft is, but I think she was kind of coming to it for that witchcraft is like bad. Anyway, she said, "Do you know how much witchcraft is done in American high schools?" And I said, 7.
Not nearly enough.
And I said 7, and then I turned to her friend and said, "If you don't say units, you're never wrong." And that really made her friend laugh. But enough story.
7-hole witchcraft.
7. Guys, we just did 7 witchcrafts today.
I
Damn.
would
In the
have
same
expected
day?
3.
I couldn't tell you. The lack of units means there's also a lack of units on the time scale. Solve it for X. So this is our murder mystery Agatha Christie style game. Our wonderful investigators are here to maybe unravel this mystery. I think they're definitely getting closer. But I do think some interesting questions have been raised, including one by Baroness Sophia Esterhaus last week, in which she said, "Do we even care who the murderer is?" And the rest of the group said, "Suspicious."
You know, it's just one little murder.
Two little murders, actually. No, who cares?
I mean, one of them
could have
does.
been a
Two
no,
murders and
yes.
one attempted.
But we did actually make a certain kind of progress last week in the form of you all snuck upstairs. The Baroness sort of stayed behind for a while to provide some distractions. And there was an interesting moment in which the Baroness provided distractions by shouting about a ghost, which really frightened Lord Reginald to the point that he's not here tonight. He's run away. But the Baroness did that to warn the people upstairs, and even though that led to them dropping some papers, they managed to go up to the second floor and kind of hang out in Hestia. Another Hestia hang. But then the Baroness went up to Hestia and started shouting about ghosts again. So now people might know where they're all hanging out. In any event, we searched the room that belongs to Vivian. We searched Athena. We found some things in there. We found. Would anybody like to recap what those were? Does anybody remember what was in
Vivian's room?
I guess technically we did Aphrodite first. So yes, if you in Gladys's room, which is the first one, Aphrodite. Anybody remember what you found there?
Papers.
That were.
Is that the one with the statue? I'm getting the rooms and stuff. Is that the one with the bits of stone? or is
Vivian's
the other
room
one?
had the burned rags.
Okay.
It had the our blackmail pages seemingly tossed under the dresser, and an old letter from to I keep trying to say Agatha. That's not right.
Alicia.
Alicia. Yeah, a Tom to Alicia in what was likely not his handwriting, or not actually from him.
Seemed like it was actually written by the phrasing of it. It was some real. No, it's backwards of the Steve Harvey book. I've been trying this whole campaign to get an act like a lady, think like a man reference into this murder mystery.
Have you really?
Yep. It's the whole point of this murder mystery, and I was so close. But in this case, it's write like a lady, write like a man.
Write like a lady, writing like a man.
No, it's write like a lady, write like a man.
Ah.
Oh,
Sometimes
man.
I am just here to amuse myself, and this is really one of those times. Jeez.
Are we calling it here?
I
Sometimes.
think this is session 12 for you. Chapter 12. But yes, basically that is what was found in Vivian's room, in the room called Athena. And then in Aphrodite, yes, it was little flecks of, that was like found because of a roll for the record, the little flecks of stone. That was like a bonus. That wasn't one of like the things. But yes, you found the little pieces of marble, which made it strongly likely that she somehow, or someone who had been in here, there was a connection to the statue of Nemesis. You also found the papers, as you were talking about, but these were papers soaked in ink as well as an empty inkwell. You're pretty sure that's what had been in Eros. That is what you found in that room. So these are the new clues. You then all, as we said, gathered in Hestia, and sort of discussed.
So, as a reminder, who has which blackmail papers? My blackmail paper is in my pocket right now.
You have your blackmail papers. I believe that the Baroness did take the blackmail
I
papers
have my
from
own.
Lord Reginald. Knows some things about the Baroness that he has yet to say aloud. But you have.
Shocked him to his core that he
Really did.
his soul has left his body.
He really did like freak out about what he saw.
He gasped.
At this point, oh, and then I guess the Baroness also did mention that she thinks it's possible. I think you did share with him that you saw Gladys kind of emerging from her own, entering her own room and emerging in a huff of a certain variety. You guys then sort of posited various things. Should I refresh your memory on some of the ideas people put forward as to what's going on?
Pause it.
They think that it's very likely that Gladys spilled the ink and chipped the statue, which people then wonder, does that mean Gladys was the forger and therefore, potentially the blackmailer? You guys thought that the placement of those pages in Vivian's room, seemingly done sort of hurriedly and under something like that, where they wouldn't be easy to like they wouldn't be seen, but anyone looking might find them. You suspected that meant they were likely planted. They were somewhat well hidden, but in a way that was sort of hasty. And yet the bloody rags you found and the letter under the mattress, those seemed like they were not planted. Those seemed like they were well hidden by someone sort of who occupied the room. So does that mean that she was at least present when Slickett died? And then the doctor put forward a supposition that basically whoever invited all of you guests here did so in the hopes that someone would kill Corse. This led to many questions of, is this some weird sick game for all the family to play? Do Corse's daughters similarly enjoy winding people up for their own sick pleasure? At this time, from Hestia, you guys decided to travel approximately 3 feet into the room Hera. Doors are like catty-corner, or not catty-corner, they're like adjacent corner. So John set to lockpicking, Everyone else went in. Sybil went back to her own room of Nemesis to clean some ink off of her own door handle that she'd left there. But then Alicia showed up, and you sort of alerted the group and distracted Alicia, kind of bringing her into your room, or partially into your room, so that she could see the statue. She kind of raised an eyebrow upon seeing that, and she said, she's like, oh, okay, well, is that, like, okay, so is this...
She said nothing and bought my story completely and utterly.
She said, are you trying to distract me while the others search my room, is what she said. And that is where we left off.
No, I believe she was very into what I was putting down.
Okay.
There was no suspicion.
Make a luck
I'm
roll.
gonna go on with that. No.
Make a brainwash the
You
DM
won't make a luck roll? Fair enough, yeah.
Okay.
So.
You brainwash the DM?
make a gaslight the DM roll.
I wasn't aware that was a section we could put points into.
Oh my god.
You know, I would like to talk about when we level, what skill I go get next.
Oh yeah, leveling up. Well, we probably should have leveled up in this. Oh, thank you, Rose Explodes in chat for just that's your takeaway. Cool.
Awesome, thank you.
So that is where we leave off. Sybil, Alicia is sort of standing in your door. Here's how we're going to do this, my friends and neighbors, as often I do by a roll of the dice. If I roll evens, ooh, damn it. Okay, hold on. Lord Reginald is with you, so there's 4 of you. That's an even number. Sybil, you're all alone, so that's a 1. So on an odds, we'll go to Sybil. On an evens, we go with the Searchers, which I'm pretty sure is isn't that like a John Ford Western, the Searchers. I've rolled a 1. Sybil. We cut right where we left off. Alicia asks you, are you distracting me while the others search my room?
No, I really thought you put the statue there.
That statue is not the one that goes here, Sybil.
No, I know that.
That's the rather valuable Terrasse d'Avignon, which I was earlier today informed was missing.
Oh, odd. No, it was placed here last night. When we came back from the seance and we were all going to bed, it was there.
You didn't think to mention that there was a strange statue here amidst a murder investigation?
Well, the next morning we woke up to 2 bodies, so no, the statue was the last thing on my mind.
Well, yes, but I mean, you've all been asking anything that's been unusual or regular. You didn't think this worth...
I mean, you don't live here. You don't know
bringing
where
up?
statue's supposed to go.
No, I don't know. I thought you put it there to make me feel less estranged from the rest of the guests.
Oh.
It made sense at the time.
Oh, I did not. Sorry to tell you.
Well, I'm glad if it's been missing that it's been found. Shall we put it back down? I don't think I can lift it on my own.
I certainly can't lift that. We can have the servants do it, but as you say, it is not pressing. I just more meant that if someone moved it, it was not I who did so. So this seems like the kind of thing one might wish to investigate along with our private bedrooms.
In retrospect, that does make a lot of sense. Yes.
Have you found anything of interest in Gladys's room, or I assume in Vivian's?
I haven't been in Gladys's room today, no. Or last night. I haven't been in Gladys's room all weekend, actually, no. I don't,
Well, someone
That's
was in there.
crazy.
Sorry?
Well, I'll tell you what. Would you like to come with me and sit in my chamber? We can talk for a few moments. Have a friendly chat. She starts kind of like moving down the hallway to her room.
This is a KJ pause.
I get it.
Sybil was not.
I will not. I apologize for when there was a you pause that made Odette run away.
You should apologize for that.
As well you should, you bastard.
Don't worry, you bought us a minute.
I always love
Hit
the.
her over the head with something.
I mean, yeah, I do forget when we left. Did I tell you guys to like hurry up, or did you leave, or did we establish what happened when I went to distract her?
I don't. I mean, we can say that you can. So based on based on precedence, the signal seems to be screaming that you see a ghost.
No, I will not be doing that.
Okay.
That only works once. The first time I did it, and it will not work again because someone has made Boy Who Cry Wolf a recurring thing here. Fine. Yeah, I suppose we can go into your chambers. Yes, if that is where you feel most comfortable. However, as we still don't know who, or is there a plural of who? Like an obligous plural? Whomst?
Who or who I. It's a Latinate.
Okay.
Huh?
Like octopi
That's
or
not real.
radii.
No,
It's
you're
not
making
real.
shit up.
It's not real in the slightest. Yes.
It's just
Perhaps
Food's
just
also
for
plural.
Safety's concern, since clearly I wasn't clever enough to think that the statue might be part of all of this. Perhaps we should get a third party for both of our protection, so neither one of us is in danger of being with a potential murderer. Not that I'm outright accusing you. I just have no idea who. And you may,
Quite.
unless it is you, you would be right to assume me. But if you were the murderer, you would feel no danger being alone with me. But for both of our safety, perhaps a third.
I'm not the murderer. She
And
actually.
I didn't say you were.
She takes a couple steps back at that point
That's a smart move.
from you.
I didn't put any points into deception or cleverness, guys. This was a bad call on my part.
No, it's
to
just
be the
it's just role playing. It's just there's
No,
no.
I understand that, but
She's just kind of. Did you kill my father? Sybil?
no. If you recall, I thought I had a nightmare of someone falling down.
I recall what you said.
Sure. I guess that could be a lie if I were the murderer.
Yes.
That being said, I don't think I'd be strong enough nor graceful enough to take him out onto that balcony and chuck him respectfully over the balcony.
Who would have been?
Oh, I'm sure I don't know. If I did know, this would be solved by now. But I didn't even think the statue was connected. I'm not very clever. I'm American.
She just sort of stares at you for a few moments. There's a growing sense of unease that you can tell from her. It's sort of a like.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's the path I'm going down, isn't it? I don't mean to make you fear me. I just do think for both of our safeties, mine and yours, it's.
I don't know who killed my father. But I'm almost certain that it was one of you.
That's definitely a possibility. As I said
not-
earlier, I have not been able to rule anybody out. Do you know who killed Tom? Mr. Slickett? More? The other one?
Are they in my room right now?
I don't know who murdered him, so no, I don't know.
Your friends. The doctor and the baroness.
Oh, I came here alone. I didn't really
Lord
like
Reginald.
come
Are
with
they in...
anybody.
If I go in there, do you think they'll hurt me?
Oh no, I don't think anyone in anywhere could hurt you,
She
in
kind
your
of
room or not.
looks at that for a moment, and then she starts walking down the hall to her bedroom.
Yeah, that checks out.
So-
Alicia, I will go with you though to your room.
She genuinely, like, she doesn't do a like recoil, but like she moves pretty quickly down the hall. You do have
Makes sense.
run, obviously, so you could like catch up with her. But if you start
I'm gonna
running,
catch up with her.
she will like. There will be some like
I mean, no.
some
so
defensive
I'm not,
posturing.
I'm not going. I am going to catch up with her, but I'm not going to like put my hands on her. I'm not going to get in front of her or anything. I am merely just catching up with her to walk with her. I'm not doing anything to or towards her.
Untoward.
All right.
Maintain 6 feet of distance for social
So
distancing here.
we're going to cut away then to sort of like a meanwhile. But there's an interesting thing now, because though Sybil is kind of, are you making noise in the hallway, sort of that sort of situation?
Well, I guess if I'm like kind of hurrying after her, my steps would be a little heavier, and I would raise my voice when I say, "Oh, wait, I will go with you after." You know what I mean? But I'm not like.
Don't worry, the doctor would have
screaming
figured
or-
out we had a short amount of time anyway, because we went up from the first level.
Okay. So, basically, I'm going to say that you guys will get a warning from Sybil that someone's coming. So, there's an interesting thing here, which is that, like, kind of like having enough time in these rooms, you sort of automatically get certain clues. In this circumstance, that is not going to be the case. So, please tell me where it is you're sort of looking immediately. Obviously, you'll still be able to get all clues eventually, but given this, like, maybe you'll just outright keep looking in all her drawers while she's there. I don't know how you guys roll, but for now, what does everyone do when you walk into the room? There is, oh shoot. Okay, there was a thing that
First
only
off.
Mario was going to get to do. I think I will roll it on his behalf. And maybe if he is a player, I would let him sort of make it. But, yes, you guys enter Hera. Now, Sybil has been in here before, but since she's not with you, and this is news to all of yous, this is a much larger suite. John, it is familiar to you in layout, shall we say, because you've been in Zeus a fair bit. John.
John.
Sorry, I was checking something on my notes.
Oh,
What
good.
were you saying?
Oh, good. This room is similar in layout. This has a familiar layout, because you've been in Zeus.
Then can I see if anything looks out of place?
I mean, there's maybe a dresser where there would have been a thing here or there, but the basic layout of this room is there is a sitting area, like a table and a couple of chairs. There's like a nice dressing table and like with like the mirror makeup table situation. There is also a writing desk in here. There's a bed, kind of against a wall, a big sort of painting over the bed, of just of course court itself, just more like kind of landscape architectural. There is a statue of Hera in the room, but this statue is like 5 feet tall, maybe 6 with helmet or with however Hera is depicted. Kind of a much more like full sized, similar to the one that is in Zeus and Hades. That there are bigger statues in those. There's also a door on the far side of the room leading into her private bathroom. That door is like slightly ajar, and there's probably a couple like those like old-fashioned changing screen type things. So there's kind of more areas to search in here.
Bathroom.
Sophia,
I'll check the
bathroom.
writing desk, I guess.
Okay.
Writing desk, statue. Let's see. That leaves the dresser tables, the bed area, and was there one other place? Then?
Bed,
Sitting
bed,
area,
dressing
right?
stuff, and kind of the sitting area and the statue. Sure, yeah. So Sophia will search the bathroom. John will search the writing desk. Dr. Gordon.
I'll check the dresser.
All right. Can everybody please make for me a physical roll? Physicality, that is. And
Where
make sure you all reset your AHA points to 3.
Where will
Five.
our ghost scared friend look at?
You know what? Excellent question. I will make a roll for him to look, because his physicality is not terrible. where do you want him to look? He'll go where you direct him.
Okay. I'll recommend that Reginald check, I guess, well, standard, the bed.
The bed, okay?
And the painting, specifically also the painting above the bed, in case, it flips out or something.
Cool. He rolls a 5.
5 2 on the dresser area.
On the dresser area. Baroness?
I rolled a 1.
A 1. Okay. Is there anything in particular you're looking at in the bathroom?
Is there any bottles and things? Perfumes in the toiletries?
A good number of toiletries and stuff in there. Yes, there's another clawfoot tub. Kind of nice tiling and stuff.
Is there a dressing gown?
There is a dressing gown, yes.
I would look in the pockets of the dressing gown.
Understood.
If that's
You look around that room and see nothing too notable. John, you search the writing desk. You discover nothing too notable. You don't find any papers. You don't find any journals. It is clearly a writing desk. There are some implements of writing, but you don't find any paper or stationery at all.
And no, false bottoms or any,
No false.
fuckery in the,
Well, what did you roll?
a 5.
5. No false bottoms. No. It seems to be a writing desk that has been rather cleaned out. But certainly is a nice one. Is kind of is as nice as the one up in Hades. You recall her saying that she didn't do her writing in the study. She did her writing I think she even mentioned that she had her own. The bathroom seems nothing jumps out at you, Baroness.
Hope nothing jumps out.
Is there anything on the ceiling?
Where on the ceiling?
On the bathroom ceiling.
Where
Large
on the bathroom
numbers.
ceiling?
Everywhere.
Everywhere with a 1.
Everywhere.
If you just look everywhere now, are you gonna look somewhere specific?
Right above the tub.
Exactly. Yes, there are in fact 3 numbers in the tiles.
Oh.
All right, she's in on this because how would she know? What 2 idiots are gonna both put numbers on the roof? All right,
It's a family thing.
that's
No,
insane.
family
That's what I'm
is-
saying. Oh my god, absurd.
The doctor with 5. You go through the dresser. You see several garments. I'll say with 5. You are confident that this sort of wardrobe or whatever, this sort of, this kind of large, nice clothing based thing. You're confident that there's nothing hidden in here, no secret chambers or false doors. However, there is an area towards the back of it that seems to be with a 5, we'll say that you sort of see with a success, pass fail. There was something that had been back there. There's some the maids do a good job of dusting, but they probably don't dust inside on the floor of the dresser, every day. And you do see kind of a square that has some lines of dust around it, almost as if something was removed from back there. Probably a box, box about that big.
A box big enough for papers?
Certainly the kind, yeah, sure, a box one might carry papers in. In the meantime, and so, by the way, that's how stuff works in this thing, where if you roll, I'll be like, you see the numbers, but I still let you find it for knowing from the last time.
So there were really numbers there, you're not just fucking with me,
No,
right?
there are numbers in the tiles, but you only see them if you kind of put your head at the back of the bath. You see them up on the ceiling.
Because it was the Zeus room and the Hera room, similar setup, I see.
And the
What
Hades,
numbers
the
are
Hades
there?
room as well. It's
Hades.
3 numbers.
Whatever.
Well, okay.
420.
Yeah,
420.
420. Well, let's find out. It's 9
Plays it.
5 0 950. Actually, wait, fucking Christ, hold on. It wouldn't be that. The numbers would be more like
The numbers actually matter for this one.
No, they don't.
Probably.
But
Okay.
if you're asking what they are, these are 8, 16, 56. There you go.
Oh, because it goes that high. Yeah.
What, does it not go to 56? Is that too high? Should I have been rolling a d40 or something? God damn it. Whatever. That's what it is.
Whatever. So what was that? Yeah, the numbers don't matter. Just making up as
Yeah.
it goes along.
And then, because you sent him where he did, and I did roll a 5 on it in this kind of quick time, and because, quite frankly, he would have found this no doubt, but we'll say he sort of does so quickly, he looks along the bed, glances under it, kind of everything seems normal, seems like it was a nicely made bed. He then looks around the painting, which, lo and behold, swings out from the wall to reveal a safe.
Yep. I assume Baroness shouted out those numbers,
Did I?
I hope you didn't shout.
or at least loudly
Learn some
projected so we
lessons,
could hear
guys.
it.
So, and we'll just say sort of for the fun as you guys are looking through these things and finding this stuff, he'll kind of say, "There's a safe."
Where?
If
Okay.
I
Here
just
in the wall.
What could the numbers be? I wonder. I don't know.
Baroness comes out of the bathroom.
Mhm.
Oh, I know. 8, 16, 56.
Wait,
I'll
really?
run over and
Um,
try to.
as you reach for it, you hear from the hallway, "Oh, okay, I'll come with you. Yeah, sure." Pounding steps, pounding steps.
I very quickly start putting in a combination.
I take a
Oh,
chair.
you are open. You're doing it anyway.
I'll take a chair
Yeah.
and prop it against the door. There's a sitting area with a chair, right?
Okay.
Well, she
fair
can't
enough.
accuse you of murder if you find the proof that she's the murderer first. So that's
Um. Okay, so you
She
block
knows
the
we're
door.
here. Yep.
It's open war now. No subterfuge.
No subject. She
All
knows we're
right.
here. We can't walk
Um,
out of here, all four of us, and say,
I love it.
"Well,
she doesn't know. She has a very good assumption.
So basically,
Come
you
check
do,
it
Dr.
out.
Gordon.
Window.
Dr. Gordon will
man,
say
we
you
just
do
got
that
lost.
like you do that just in time as you hear like a rattling and then the sound of a key and then like you hear like a raised voice out there. Immortal Ivan, you open the safe. In this safe are 2 ledgers and a not inconsiderable amount of money and jewelry.
I'll take the ledgers.
Alicia, meanwhile, is sort of like pounding on the door in a certain degree of confusion, and then she's sort of like seeing that she's like almost like trapped by Sybil, like on the other side
Okay,
of her. She's like,
I'm not.
she shakes the
She
door
could easily
and says,
take me if she wanted. I mean, I'm not trapping her.
she just says, I just, please just don't hurt anyone else.
Alicia, I understand how what I said in there.
She's
It's
like,
concerning.
she's like trying to move past you. Are you moving for her? Or are you blocking her
I'm not
path?
going to stop her.
Yeah,
Alicia,
she's-
I assure you, I have hurt no one. I don't know who has. If I did know, I would be screaming it from the rooftop. Who did all this? If you, I mean, if you know anything, and you're not part of it all, I would hope you'd want to have this settled as soon as we do. So, anything you can share with anyone that would lead to the end of all of this would be helpful.
She seems to be sort of more agitated. She like moves around your side and is now like moving back. When she gets to Nyx, she's kind of calling out for Odette. Like, Odette, come downstairs at once. There's mad people. They're behaving madly.
Yes,
and
yes, we're the mad ones.
I'm actually gonna roll on that.
All right.
Oh shit.
So basically, Odette is coming out of her room, like looking confused.
Okay, Alicia, if you're dead set on assuming I or
Did you have to use those words?
ooh, I didn't, but I'm gonna stand by them. Um, at this point, no one knows who did what. We can all have our assumptions. To say that there's no way it could be you, and to stand here acting aghast that it could be one of us. Everyone here is a suspect, and no one's name has been cleared. Not even the Baroness, who is frail. I believe any one of us could have done it. So don't sit here all offended that anyone could think it was you, which I didn't even say I did. I just said the possibility existed, which it does.
I want you to go ahead and make an intuition roll.
Ooh.
I just want there to be a reveal where, like, the Baroness like, rips off her sleeves and she's, like, yoked. And
Yoked.
she was the person who threw him
Like
off
half
the building.
cyborg, and that's how she did it all.
You forgot about
it's not a vibe check.
You know what? Let it be a vibe check because of you're trying to determine, like, you know, you're I think to a certain degree you want to know.
That's a 12 on one of them.
Okay.
Top of class.
Well, okay.
And a 6 on the other one.
You
which
get an aha
not-
point.
Yeah.
All right. Alicia is definitely hiding a great many things. Alicia, there's obviously, like, Alicia is cunning. Alicia is clever. Alicia is closed off. Alicia has an edge to her. It has never not been said. I will also say you have no sense that she seems offended that you're accusing her of something. She is afraid of you. When she said, "One of you killed my father," she seems certain of this.
Sure.
So
okay.
there is so she's not like your words of like let's work together, like don't be offended or whatever. That's not where she's coming from. She definitely knows more stuff. She's definitely a force of whatever. But in this moment, she's trying to like not be close to you. Like when she was passing you in this narrow hall, it was like she was like ready to spring. She's calling for Odette. Odette is kind of confused. Odette looks to you as your friend, but her mother is like come along. Do you want to say anything to Odette?
No, but I do want to say, but before she comes down, I guess if there is time, I would like to say to Alicia that, like, while you may be afraid of us, your daughter is more clever than you think she is, and your secrets may not stay secret for long. Regardless of what we do.
At this point, she's like pulling Odette kind of down the hall. If you're sort of not making an appeal to Odette, Odette kind of gives you a look of like doesn't really certain what you're talking about. But there's a certain degree of like, what the hell, man? But there's kind of that like, so she gives looks like she's letting Alicia, but like at this point, Alicia's just like pulling her, and you see them kind of like rounding the corner to go downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll just stand by the door since it was locked earlier, and there's nothing I'm gonna do without a key. Oh no, that's not gonna lockpick. There's no point though, because they're just gonna come out, so I'll wait. Right.
Well, I will say, Sybil, actually, do a knowledge roll for me. Let's put one last little beat here.
Sybil's not very smart.
I think you have an average intelligence.
I got a 4. I don't know.
You did get a free aha.
I did, yeah. Yeah, all right, 3. I'll spend a point.
All right.
Wait, 5, yeah, 5 is
You
past
spent a
it.
point. You could try to pick the luck. I will say your brain does suggest that they have barricaded the door somehow because she unlocked it and it was like shaking.
Okay.
Like she unlocked it and tried to open it and the door was like locked and then she was like, oh my god, if they like block you, she's like, is a murder happening now? She's running downstairs. So.
Sure.
If you could just knock and say that it's you.
I could.
We'll come to that because let's fill in the past like minute or so of the last exchange. So, John, you pull out these 2 ledgers. One ledger is marked coarse. The other ledger is marked fuller. As you begin to look through them, These appear to be basic accounting books. These appear to be legitimate business pages. You don't kind of just with like looking them over, nothing in here seems shady. I will say no roll would be required to determine this if you're kind of just like spending a minute. The Fuller business actually seems to be doing like okay. The Course businesses actually seem to be doing like very well. At least for these calendar years.
What years are they?
Current year, so what do we say, 32? Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize they were current. Okay.
I will relay this information to everybody.
Question. Are you reading this in the Ivan voice or the John voice?
In the Ivan voice, because I do not want to upset.
The lady is in
Reginald.
fairness.
Reginald.
Oh, Reginald. Oh, that's
I was
right.
blanking on his name.
Yeah.
The doctor still believes you're Mr. Immortal.
Because John, I'll also mention, like, okay, this I would like you to make a knowledge roll on.
Okay. I do not remember what this is. Oh, great! It is a D6.
Well, hey, it's a 1 and 3.
Yeah, same.
Oh boy, that is a 2. Should I spend all my aha points? How important is this roll?
That's a question you must all answer yourself.
I just want to do it.
Okay, so, you're kind of like, these just seem to be legitimate ledgers from this year.
Might as well put them back and lock it.
Okay.
Wait, Alicia wasn't the head of household here, right?
Well, can I have a deduction from that? If she has the books, does it mean that she's really the one who's running the household? Not her father?
That is a conclusion you'll just think on, do with that information whatever you'd want to do.
I don't think that's uncommon.
The fact that the books are here indicates she at least, like, you didn't find business books in his safe, you found shady blackmail material.
Right.
So, like, maybe she is in on it.
But maybe she is the real head of the family. I mean, she's really running the things, and the father is, I don't know,
Just doing shady shit?
Based
just
on
a lunatic.
based on my knowledge of Course, since I believe I knew him personally the most.
I would say of people here, yeah, you were the Baroness, a second to you, but you certainly would be the most, yes.
Course isn't a businessman type of person, right?
Course was a wealthy man. He was like a wealthy aristocrat who, as more and more businesses came up, would make investments to further increase his wealth. So yes, he is not an entrepreneur, but he had, various investments that increased his wealth a bit.
I see. He didn't seem like the savvy. The savvy type, right? Who would be able to play markets like that.
He did not seem like someone. He seemed like someone who would rather play men against each other to see who he could get to stab someone.
Yeah, that sounds like him. Yeah.
Why do we care that he died again? Like
he's the kind of guy who'd
saying.
who'd want to see which of his friends would eat the most hot mustard just for his amusement. I liked Lord Course. He was cool. So yes, but yes, that is the answer to that.
Okay, so I guess that means Alicia has been running the family finances for a while now. That must mean she's well aware of. Okay, that means the Course family has actually been doing quite well. So there really is no need of any sort of type of blackmail games to get value out of us. That's what I was thinking for a little bit. Maybe they wanted to extract, I don't know, money from us somehow from blackmail. But I guess they don't need that if they have well-off finances.
No, I think we'll leave that there for now. Okay. So basically, you've looked over the.
You're not gonna give me a gimme there.
It would not have been a gimme. It would have been a. Do you want to spend aha points on something? But okay. If you'd like to, I'll let you spend one aha point for an insight. But I kind of backed off because I was like, I'm not sure how useful this would be. But it's not worth nothing. So if you'd like to spend one aha point, I'll give you a bit of an insight on what you're saying. I'll give you kind of like a certain degree of confirmation or bridging a gap there.
Sure, nudge me.
I think based on what you're seeing here, theoretically, you know, perhaps someone would be like in trouble, but it does seem that like Alicia, from really two directions, both Fuller and Course, you suspect that Alicia. It is unlikely Alicia's. It's unlikely that Alicia or probably really anyone in the family, although. This is why I was like backing off because like you doubt money would have been a motivating factor.
Yeah.
You feel like people are kind of okay on the money side of things. I'm gonna let you, however, also please roll a knowledge roll because if are you looking over these books yourself? I'll let you repeat the one John tried.
Yeah, I'll take a
go for it.
Peek into there as well. D12 time. Yeah. 12.
12.
I mean, I get an aha. No, I don't.
You don't get an aha point, but you do get top of the class ratings. So now you're tied with Sybil at the top of the class.
That's why I'm a doctor. I'm not a finance guy, so who knows?
Not a finance guy. No, I'll say this. Looking at some of like these are ledgers for this year, but like they have some, you know, like smaller totals from previous years. It appears that the course fortunes have increased in the past couple of years.
Can you tell what was the main source of this increase?
Blackmail.
Telling what the main source of the increase wouldn't, that would be more difficult. Tell you what, you just spent an aha point. You guys were circling around this. I know. I tell you what, Baroness, you were asking about some deduction as well about head of household. Would you like to spend an aha point?
Sure.
I'll kind of put this together. If Alicia has been handling the books, perhaps for the past couple of years, it seems that the fortunes of the Course family went from being sort of like decent to like robust, as if. Under her guidance. Under her taking over.
Competent.
Under her
Yeah,
competence.
so she's either competent or better at, just more competent at blackmail.
Yeah, she's blackmailing the right people. Insider trading.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wait, over the recent years, since say 7 years ago, or
not quite that long, no.
Okay.
You guys have spent aha points. Perhaps if that was like a point where things went bad and you recall the Marchioness saying Lord Course stopped caring, maybe there were a couple of rough years and then things were turned around.
I see. Is there like some sum total of how much finances they have control over?
I think it genuinely is so complicated because so much of it is like lands and like entitlements and all these things. But sure. I'm gonna say you guys understand the world enough to just get like they're fine. The Course estate.
Even if they divvy it up 4 ways for the 4 children.
Divvy it up 4 ways. Yeah, King Lear this, and everyone's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems to be your vibe. That's probably not how the pure inheritance would work, and you have not seen a will or anything. But I think you're getting a growing feeling that it's not about the money.
Yeah.
If the Course people are
has
doing
more to do with the
this is some
Lord
game.
Course and the children and stuff.
All right.
I think you guys.
I
are
suppose by
to
this
think
time, do we hear Sybil at the door?
I think you heard voices outside as you were looking through all this. So you've heard voices. You know, you could look out the door or peek out if you wanted to. Anything else? So you have these 2 ledgers. The safe is still open.
Shall we just close it and
Anything? Well, nothing else in the safe, just the jewelry and the money. We had not.
A bunch of jewelry and these 2 ledgers and
all of the jewelry that was there at the start is still there, right? Like that you're the one who left it.
You guys are gonna let Sybil in?
Yeah.
Okay, so Sybil, they bring you in.
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll sort of say,
Judging by the barricade, I guess I was able to successfully let you guys know that she was coming. In the spirit of transparency, I do want you to know I may have made situations worse. She definitely suspects one of us killed her father. Whether that's true or not is still being decided, I suppose. But she definitely is afraid of us, if not me specifically. So
I have a theory regarding
theory?
who the murderer is.
Huh.
I have read books like in this nature before, so it's pretty obvious that the murderer is Odette, because she is the least suspicious, and who is the person who is least suspicious is the murderer.
I was-
Mark my word.
I was starting to
that
think you
being
were
said,
going somewhere.
Baroness, earlier you did say who cared about finding the murderer to begin with, and you are, all respect towards you, a feeble older woman, so you would be the least.
We also do not. You're the only person whose blackmail has not been splayed out for all of us to see. So
Lord Reginald
I
is like swooning with the information in his head. Like,
Yeah.
No, I mean, hold on. No, we don't know what. We don't know anything about the doctors, and honestly,
No,
we don't.
He's
know.
accused of possibly mishandling his patients. In
Right.
the
Yeah,
lab.
but
Yes.
we didn't see his paper. We don't. He pocketed it, and we don't
I
actually
read
know.
his blackmail note. I read everyone's blackmail note.
Did
I didn't
you?
read the blackmail pages, but the note.
No.
Like,
Well,
The
yeah,
invitation.
the notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The invitations. Yeah.
wait, what
But
did the Baroness's blackmail notes say?
that she, much like Slickett, may not be who she says she is.
and Reginald's like, oh boy.
Mr. Smythe.
Sybil's criminal background. We don't actually. She knows it, but we don't know it.
I
It's
have
all
no
about
criminal background. That's which is why you don't know it, because it doesn't exist.
Uh huh.
My page, my
Your
invitation-
family criminal background that we don't know
Wait,
about.
wait. Question.
Yeah.
I met Mrs. Baroness Sophia Esterhaus on the Egyptology trip years
Mhm.
ago.
On a Nile cruise.
She was
Not,
Baroness back then
not,
as
not
Yes.
so many years. Probably like within a year or so.
well. Within a year.
Year or two, 18
Okay.
months, something like that.
She introduced herself as a Baroness then as well, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so she didn't have
If
some
you,
second. You're
if
still
you
out of
truly
focus
mistrust
thing.
me, Sybil will bring out both her invitation and her blackmail page. Feel free to read to your heart's content. The note I brought with me, the blackmail page I found just earlier, and learn much of what you're about to learn yourself. So
Well,
I have nothing to hide.
I do not care.
Just 10 seconds ago, Miss Baroness.
Oh, First of all, it was just by comparison. Like, we don't know exact nature of anybody's except Ivan the
Sure,
Immortal.
maybe. But here's mine then. You can now say you do know the nature of at least me.
Oh,
There it is.
very nice, young lady. Very nice.
Are we doing this? Are we gonna trade like Pokemon cards?
No one
I
else
mean,
has
you all
to.
know what I've been doing. So
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, and I
was-
wish I still didn't.
And Reginald's like, wait, does
Most-
Reginald does know? Yeah, never mind.
Uh,
That is true. I mean, the Baroness is certainly making a
there
certain
is
point.
no
that-
shame in it, my dear. Man.
A little. I'm not.
What?
Oh, no.
In any case,
Most admirable.
So Sybil, kind of, you come in, you see they do have these ledgers. I assume you guys fill Sybil in on
yes,
on
we
your new
filled her
theories
in
about.
this
So you,
thing.
you hear what they were saying, where basically there is a working theory that seems that, based on the fact that what she has in her safe is not blackmail material, but two good ledgers. One for her father's business, one for her husband's. It seems that Alicia is kind of, has a good head on her shoulders, running things, and it even appears that perhaps she is the reason that the course kind of finances are now in a good position once again after the Roy Martin debacle.
Huh. She runs both businesses then for both families, huh?
To
And
me,
there is nothing suspicious about the jewelry. Nothing that
Not
familiar.
that I saw.
Have you guys? You want to go through the jewelry? All you said is you
I
took the
guess I
ledgers
will
out.
I'm not
look
touching the
through it.
jewelry.
Varys is like, everyone look at my hands, paying no attention to the gentleman over there.
It seems to me that if the one motive that remains amongst the family is the switching of children, and the people who would have the most motive related to that would be Alicia, Odette, Joey, and the Marchioness, right?
While I understand what you're saying, Alicia seems sure that one of us killed her father. Her feelings on who killed more, I have no idea. She may be the one who did that. She may know who did that. But she has very strong feelings that one of us killed her father. So if it's related to the baby swapping, and I don't know how it could not be at this point, it can't be Alicia. who killed
I'm
her.
sure there are other shitty
Because
things he has
it
done.
is Odette,
that we just
I'm
haven't found out
sure.
yet.
It's if we just look at the motives, Odette has probably
Odette gets
plenty.
nothing if that man is dead either.
Oh,
She
that
wasn't even
Yeah,
supposed
here
to
when
be
he died.
here.
Exactly,
was
but
She doesn't
unconscious.
even
is
go here.
That's
Okay,
Excuse
who
me,
wants to
you don't
bet
even
with me
go
that it's
here.
Odette?
Wasn't she like fully unconscious when he died?
Theoretically, so were
Supposedly,
most of us. We were
That's a
sleeping.
night, yeah, supposedly.
So
Maybe she really hates the man.
as these conversations go, John, you said you're going through the jewelry. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I
Doctor.
will peruse it.
He can do that. If John, or Mr. Immortal, since I don't know he's John right now,
Mhm.
if Mr. Immortal mentioned that the writing desk doesn't have any writing implements or papers in there, I'd look around for any writing implements or papers elsewhere throughout the room.
Understood. You don't find them around the room as you look around. God, I don't know what I should do right now. I feel like it's just so sure that he would. I hope Mario will forgive me if this is revealing too much. I even rolled a 5 on a d6, so like he would certainly even think to do it. Apologies to Mario for in the future if I'm telling a thing that he was trying to keep secret. I doubt he even remembers because it was months ago, literally. When you talk about the papers missing, for like missing like stationery and stuff like that, I think that Lord Reginald would reveal that when you guys were at the seance, he did a little bit of snooping in some rooms. This room was not locked at the time, and a thing that he distinctly remembers seeing in here was a lot of stationery material. Like a writing desk. He's like, he will say, oh wait, there was paper here like last night when I looked.
Like, I mean, would he know if it was the invitation papers or?
Paper that isn't here anymore.
I don't think he got it's more he's just like, no, like this was like a stocked desk. He didn't go through it, but yeah.
Can I deduct from this?
I mean,
We know about the papers that were hidden behind the Moore's body, right? Did Sybil reveal that? She was the one who found it.
Yeah, those were the test invitations, the practice ones.
Right.
Yeah, the ones that appeared after we found his body. Yeah. So,
Wait. Can we compare the handwriting between the legitimate ledgers and the blackmail ledgers at all? I'm sure none of us
These
are
ledgers
actual
here?
handwriting experts.
I think we said that the blackmail ledgers were dead Corse's writing.
they looked to be Corse's hand. These ledgers look to be Alicia's hand.
Any
Barris?
similarities in either the handwriting characteristics or the ink or anything compared to any of the other papers we have? Either the fake love note or
It
the
wouldn't be the fake love notes,
invitations.
because why would she write a fake love note to herself and have
Who knows?
Vivian?
I would
hide it?
like to bring up something
Fake.
that I heard on the night of the murders.
You know,
I remember
Mr. Immortal.
hearing, I didn't know who it was, but I heard an argument between people coming from this group.
Or
Oh, I
thief.
think I heard that same argument as well, but I didn't know where it was coming from. Or
It
who
was definitely from this room because I'm next door.
This
So
is above my room,
downstairs.
right?
What?
This is above my room? No.
No, you are.
Same
This
level.
is the
But I
same
heard
floor
arguing,
as
right?
you. You heard some. You heard some things in the night. Like not much, but you heard some.
Yeah.
Some voices.
Yeah.
But he's talking about this is a different. Your room is on this floor further, and you heard something
This is
above you.
right above.
He's claiming that from right below this room, he heard people in here last night.
Okay, misunderstood.
Because
Oh, good.
Zeus is below this, right?
Right.
women
yes.
or
According to
a
your own
women or
room,
man?
yes.
Could
Well,
you tell that?
seeing as the apparently real head of the household currently suspects us all of murdering her father, shall we just keep searching rooms without worrying about being caught? Because
Gloves
God,
are off
at this
now. They
point,
know that we're snooping.
Why not? Well, okay. Well, in a sense, I just want to come out with this to all of you since we are ostensibly working together. My name is actually not Ivan. It's John. I just want to make sure you
What?
all know that.
Yes.
I just couldn't remember which of you I had told and which I hadn't, and it was really bugging me. And I really just wanted to get this off my chest. I am a performer.
You're a
So
yank.
we. So
I
we
am,
heard.
yeah, I'm from New Jersey, actually.
Who knows this?
We
Who
heard
knows
about
this?
your perform.
Did you know this, Miss Wilson?
when I arrived here, no, when I, or earlier today, I found out, and I met John previously at a party back in America, but I didn't realize they were the same person until he.
Could you really
think
not
so.
tell it was me?
If I could tell it was you, I would have asked you, John, what the fuck are you doing?
Damn. I mean, never mind. Yeah.
Did you know Mr. Huntington Smythe?
I can't remember.
He did.
He learned shortly after I did.
Oh yeah, I knew, but
Hmm.
I tried to forget. There's a roll of thunder in the distance. Kind of the rains continue storming.
Sorry about the weather.
Sorry for the weather. Apologies for the weather. For 3 solid months, it's been raining here in this game that has not even gone. Actually, I think by now it has been about 24 hours.
Oh, good.
So each session's been about 2 hours, which is how long we've played. Even though I know there was some sleep stuff, you know,
Was
it's
this a
evening out.
fucking
Is my point.
Season of 24? Are we doing the real time?
Beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep. Oh no! In this, it would be.
The silent grandfather clock.
Yeah.
So, shall we keep searching? Who's next?
I believe the only one remaining is Zeus.
Trust me, I searched that room thoroughly.
Or
We can go back.
Did you
if
search
want.
the room, or
no,
did
I mean,
you
sorry, you
search?
searched it after the murders? Like you looked.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's all right.
Uh,
Wait, I have been in Zeus since after the murder, right? I went
With her, yes, with,
With
the
the
Martinez.
Martinez, yeah.
You went in. You tore the room up in one way, but not others. So
And so I guess are we also searching Odette and Joey's room because we haven't been in those either?
might as
Why
well.
not?
Okay.
Are we splitting up again, or are we going all together?
Well, I refuse to go into Odette's room because if it is something to do with her,
Wait,
it'll be
I've been
harder
in
for me
Odette's
to
room
believe
to
any evidence.
treat
So
her.
you've been in it. You haven't searched it.
yeah, I don't want to go into Odette or Joey's room. I guess I will go inexplicably into the Martinez's room.
I'm just trying to remember if I left anything. No, I think it's good. You're probably
Should you
going
go?
to go.
Should you go
If I
search?
find any stakes or blood packets, I'll be sure to bring them back to you.
Ha 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 ha. She's not into that stuff, actually.
I can't believe you at this.
I just had an idea. Shouldn't we be searching each other's rooms as well? In case it's one of us who's the
Oh,
murderer?
absolutely. But perhaps the family, at least for me, is a bigger suspect than you all. So
Oh, that's news to me.
it's only what I've been saying this entire ass time.
Are you guys going to basically, if you don't have to split up, you can, I mean, if you're going to search every room that hasn't been searched, still on this floor is Nyx and Nemesis.
Oh, actually, yeah. If you guys would like a tour of my room, I could show you now. Get that
Let's
out of
go.
the way.
Sure.
So you guys leave Hera.
Okay.
Are you? No one's going into Nyx. The door to Nyx stands open. Margaret Circle is not
Would
even
you
in
like to
there
eat
offering.
first, Odette or mine?
Yes, I think we should look through that room as
I'll
well.
go into Odette's room.
All right,
since
I
you don't
will-
want to.
I will
Understood.
stand at my own door, and just I guess lean against the frame because I really don't want to search Odette's.
In Odette's room, no roll required to kind of gain the. Well, no, but I have people. Is anyone looking anywhere in particular in Odette's room? Anybody going anywhere special?
What is there in Odette's room? What furniture?
Bed, desk, dresser, or a wardrobe.
It's the same as all of ours, right?
the same of all of
Just-
them. This has that statue of Nyx, the Greek goddess.
Hey.
Who's
Alicia's been here often to visit Odette.
yeah.
Actually, I don't think she has. I mean, she may have checked a couple of times, but she's been really weird about Odette being here all weekend.
No, I'm pretty sure she spent time attending to Odette.
I mean, I think she did when she first came, but I don't think she's been constantly
Right.
checking in on her, right?
I don't mean constantly, but I mean she's been here at least once. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I looked
she's-
for something that may have been in Alicia's room, like maybe something square shaped or whatnot. That looked like it
Perhaps
could
some
have come from-
stationery.
or stationary, one of the two.
Understood.
So we have Odette's bed. Right? I know I attended to her on there, with like a chair pulled next to it, like what Alicia would have sat on. Or was anything nearby that chair?
Go ahead and roll for looking at that general area. Anybody else looking anywhere particular?
Was there a writing table or something
There
here?
is a writing table in here, yes.
I'd like to search that.
Understood. Roll for that, please. Physicality.
I'll check around the bed, I guess.
Just around the bed. Cool. Roll a physicality.
One, I have not enough aha points to get up to 5.
I rolled a 4 and I'll use one aha point.
Use an aha point. Dr. Gordon, you don't see anything around those sort of chairs notable. Seems like Margaret Circle was sitting in these chairs a lot, so there's, a very round impression of the velvet. Baroness, you look around the writing desk. This writing desk seems to be as pristine as yours was when you arrived. You don't think that Odette, between last night and this time, has sat down at this writing desk. Not even once. John, you search the bed. This bed is unmade, kind of because she's probably kind of in and out of it a bit, so hasn't been made. There isn't a nurse here at present or a maid here at present. You do notice Odette has a couple of suitcases on one side of the room that are weather beaten. They were in the car crash and everything. Actually, they would have been on the boat already, so they didn't go in the water. She went in the water. They fished her out, drove her. So there's a couple of suitcases here that were eventually fetched from the car that look pretty banged up and sort of wet and such things. None of you get the impression that this room has in the dresser there was a few, kind of all-purpose nightgowns or whatever, just for convenience sake left here, and a couple of frocks or whatever, nothing. This is not this is not a place she sort of hangs out. This is not it's just kind of
Right.
has that more hotel room vibe. And in fact, you don't think this is her usual room here, if you recall.
Didn't they tell us that?
Yeah, her usual room's Demeter, where the Baroness is.
Are there any bags here that don't look beat up? Or did they all look the same?
They all look like they've been in a thing. But I sort of bring up the idea that most of the stuff that was kind of brought up here that does not belong to this room looks kind of weather-beaten. Aside from kind of behind the mattress, there is an envelope.
I will take it.
Perfect. You pull out this envelope. Inside there is a sort of piece of paper that's been tri-folded, you know. You can unfold it. Written on this piece of paper, which is not the same as your invitations, just kind of like a standard piece of like slightly off-white paper, is a message. It seems to be written 4 times in a row, in 4 utterly different handwritings.
Sorry, just when you say behind the mattress.
So, like, not under the
between
mattress,
the
but like
headboard and
between the
mattress.
headboard and the mattress.
Okay.
What the message says, or what the words say, are, it's not the words, it's the words. You see it in Corse's handwriting. You see it in Alicia's handwriting that you've just been familiar with from looking at. You see it in other handwritings you don't recognize, or maybe you do from other Baroness. You might recognize the Marchioness's hand from any notes you've ever exchanged with her. But the point is, it's written several times, all on one sheet, as if it looks like 5 different people wrote it. It's not the words, it's the words.
And it's all
Sa-
this is
saming?
spelled like
Is it? Do we think it's somebody forging other people's handwriting, or is it genuinely different handwriting?
None of you are handwriting experts, so that is a question that's hard to answer. You can certainly, Sybil, what's your question?
if there's any misspellings or anything like that.
No, it's not the words, it's the words, which is kind of like a weird sort of cryptic-y sort of.
Do you mean it's not the words that are said, it's how the words are written? Or?
You suspect that it means that or the opposite of that, yes.
Right.
There's basically some element this is some note of forgery, some statement on forgery. If you can't trust the words, you can at least trust the words, but which words are you referring to, sort of thing.
Right.
Not the quick brown
Have
dog
we-
jumped over the lazy fox, so it's not practiced on all letters.
It is not.
Has that phrase come up before this weekend or from any of these people?
I've never heard these words.
I don't think so.
That is not a phrase that is known to any of you, no.
The envelope addressed.
Wait,
to
guys, we
Odette
didn't get. Hold
addressed
on.
at all?
What
We were
did
in the
this-
midst of stuff and we left. There was one other thing that you guys were looking at in the other room. You were looking at the
Back in
jewelry.
time. Right.
We got
Yes, I was
distracted
looking
from the
at the
jewelry.
jewelry.
I knew that we left something.
That's right.
Um,
About the jewel.
I'm gonna say, just for purpose of the narrative that we're doing, let's say that you're like, oh wait, I forgot to put. We didn't look at the jewelry yet. So, are you guys taking this note or are you putting it back?
I'm taking it.
Okay. Return to the room to look at the jewelry. I'm sorry, that's my fault. You were holding it. It's when there's like 6 different questions. We just got distracted from it. Okay.
I assume you were about to look at the jewelry, then Sybil came in, and then we did through all of that.
No, I think
The audacity, sir.
I think that one was not Sybil. I think
It is
was,
definitely Sybil's fault.
I think it was. Well, you know what?
It wasn't her fault. She didn't know we were doing this.
Dig your
This
own
happened.
grave. So, as you guys go back to that room to sort of look at the jewelry, for the most part, it's kind of like nice pieces. Some of them are in like a jewelry box. Some of them are in individual cases. John, could you do a physicality roll for me as you look through it?
It's a 3. I'm going to spend 2 aha points.
Fair enough. John, you go through. Gee, how could this be important since the parlor masters like go back to this room? God,
It's just to make us waste these points. No,
Exactly,
it's absolutely
yes.
just a ploy.
that is something I would do. That's a cool move. I'd
You're a
It-
fool
it
for
is.
using those aha points, Jeremy.
So,
Anyway, I figured I
uh,
should use them at some point.
you do, however, find that there is a string of pearls in like a nice long case, you know, like one of those kinds of things. You open it up, string of pearls. Okay, whatever. But John, you're always kind of looking for stuff. It will say that you sort of dexterously both see in your finger slices, and this is actually a very well done. There is space under the pearls in this case. You fold it up. Within this, you see 3 rings.
3 what?
rings.
Rings.
3
With
engagement rings.
The same ring 3 times or 3 different rings?
3 different rings.
Is she like an almost Black Widow? Does she just collect engagement rings and then kill?
Or did one go to the elves, one went to the dwarves, one went to the...
which one's the one to rule them all?
Which one is
I
the
would
one
assume it's the one she's wearing.
to in the
She's
darkness
wearing it.
bite them? I know it's bind, but I like to say bite.
With 3 engagement rings.
Mhm.
Could they be hers, Vivian's, and Gladys's?
You know, it's a funny thing that you say that, because, and this actually is a custom in some places, I don't think it was necessarily as early as it would have need to be, but I'm running with it.
Are there words engraved on
There
them?
are some initials engraved. 1 ring says VCSD. Another ring,
Of course.
Severin Dooley.
Yeah.
Another ring says GCRM.
Roy
Roy
Martin,
Martin.
Gladys, of course.
They're still married legally speaking, but this ring is in here. The last ring says ACTM.
TF. DM? No
Thomas
TF?
More. Tom
Thomas
More.
More.
TM,
Ah.
not TF.
Ah.
Did go through the engagement with him.
I mean, not necessarily. If he gave her a ring and then she just didn't go, she wouldn't have had a chance to give it back.
Maybe they were married in secret.
It's an engagement ring, not a wedding ring.
Yeah.
Maybe they were engaged in secret.
They were.
I know.
That was the whole thing.
Okay, anyway.
Well, it's unusual, but not necessarily incriminating.
Yeah, it's definitely weird.
I feel like I just have more questions whenever we find these things.
Well, that is
Okay,
so not my meaning. So, who here has any aha points?
I mean, I have 3.
Your Ivan's out. Doctor, how many do
I
you
have one.
You have 1.
I have 2.
Don't want this to feel like a circumstance in which everyone feels like they're out, or that you're getting more questions than answers. But now I
So
realize. Go ahead, Gordon.
let me go through some thoughts about this.
Honestly, Phil, your clues are too sophisticated for us.
Possibly.
You give us way too much credit.
You forget
honestly.
that we're stupid.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
it's
our intelligence point is 8.
no. So
It's a
here's
dumb stat.
So listen to my thoughts. All 3 of
Okay.
these engagement rings are in this box.
Mhm.
Alicia knows they're all here. 2 of them are valid. Roy Martin and Severin Dooley. There's still a Severin Dooley one?
What do you mean by valid?
Did they
though?
get married before he died? Or did he
They were
die
officially
before they got
known.
married?
I mean, Gladys was the only one of these 3 marriages. Gladys's was the only one, I believe, that actually made it past like I do.
Right.
tell you
well,
what,
Severin Dooley was
here's
on
a-
the day of
Here's
Yeah.
they
a.
were gonna get married.
This is not a huge thing, but if anybody wants to burn an aha point, I'll give you this plus some information of like remembrance you would have had.
A point. 1 point.
1 point. Anybody want to give me 1
I'll
point?
do it.
Okay, Sybil gives me a point. Sybil, based on you were just talking to Alicia and all these things, you're like this is like some think back to like black and white shots of whatever stuff. Though married, Gladys wears no ring.
Well, because
Though
took all their money and ran.
exactly. Though she had been engaged, Vivian wears no ring. Alicia wears a ring because she is now married, presumably from someone else.
Okay, so they don't wear the rings, but I don't think it's weird to not wear the engagement rings of people you are no longer engaged to.
Absolutely.
The thing that's throwing me off here, or I don't know about throwing me off, is so Alicia has these 3 rings. there's a world where she's just keeping them safe for her sisters, and they know full well that she has it. But then why hide them under a thing? Then also why keep it with Thomas More's ring and not her own current husband's ring?
Wait a minute.
If we ask the women why they are not wearing their rings, what would they say?
All three.
They're
all of these,
really good about telling us the truth. I think we should try that path.
All of these rings, are they the same? Are they of a set? Does it look like?
No, they are not of a set. You suspect different gentlemen purchased them from different places.
They all went to the same department store.
The Thomas More ring is the humblest, barely a
that
precious
checks out.
stone. The Roy Martin one is kind of flashy, but like, you know, it's like a bit tasteless. And the Severin Dooley one is kind of just like severe and it's like it's the ring you'd give Vivian.
Right.
Yeah.
But they look like they're from 3 different people.
They're not of a set.
Right.
No. Yes.
They're from given by 3 different people. Well, we don't know who gave it to who, but they're all here.
Yeah, we don't know if Alicia took them or if she was given them to take care of. Only 2 of these people are dead. John, when was the last time you saw Martin?
When was the last time I saw him?
A few months ago.
So he's very likely still alive, I guess.
I assume so.
Roy Martin and Thomas More, aka Slickett, both defrauded the Corse family.
They did.
Severin
Do you
Dooley,
think
we
Dooley
have no
might have
idea.
as well?
We have no idea, but pattern recognition, 2 out of 3.
How long ago did Dooley was that failed? Did he die? Was the marriage supposed to
He
happen?
died.
But didn't?
He died on his wedding day.
He died.
No, I know, but was that like 2 years ago?
No, he died on September 14th, 1913. So
about 19 years ago.
20. Yeah.
I was
19
wondering
years
if
ago,
maybe his death had anything to do with like the pumped up numbers or whatever. I guess we found in the ledger.
No, you think that's more the Roy Martin stuff. The Severin Dooley death, definitely there's a difference. I think the Baroness already shared her what she learned of him was more of a
It was a poisoning, yeah. But
well, a poisoning, but
Just
that
a
but
murder.
that he was a bit of a philanderer.
yeah. I guess I thought maybe like because if the 2 had like defrauded or had committed fraud against Corse, maybe Dooley did something too as well, and all their deaths were related to
Maybe
betraying the Corse family
Maybe
somehow. And I
Alicia-
guess the philandering isn't not betrayal.
Alicia killed all 3 of them. No, she didn't.
I mean, Roy Martin's still alive, so
Yeah, maybe she
like
killed
Giles.
Severin though, and
that's definitely possible, and it's possible that she killed Slickett or more.
So the question to ask is, why does she have all 3 engagement rings, and why don't their respective people have? Well, Alicia clearly has hers.
And I wonder where her engagement ring to her current husband is.
It's on her finger. You've seen that. That's from your.
Oh, I thought she was just wearing the wedding ring.
No,
you said.
that she has a wedding ring and an engagement ring.
Oh, okay, understood.
Fat diamond from Fuller.
I mean, that doesn't not
Batty
make
from
sense.
Fuller.
I mean, she.
like that.
can I could that deduction? I keep trying to use deduction. Could that work
That one
here?
is
To what?
did,
That deduct that why the hell these rings are here? Why she's keeping the rings?
I don't
What
want
is
to
the-
be. I don't want to be. That would be more of a like an inference than a
So,
deduction.
when I
Uh,
asked her.
Okay,
when-
tell you what, Baroness, roll a deduction.
Oh,
That's just one of your skills, or you just?
She put deduction in.
It's one of my skills. Is that two
Yeah,
dice
you get to
now
roll 2
then?
and use the higher one. Sybil, sorry, finish your question, and Baroness, wait to say your score.
5. Is the higher.
Understood.
Settle that. It's fine.
Well, no, just finish your question, because there may be a setup payoff.
When I asked Alicia when we were in Nemesis, because she asked if I knew who killed her father, or if one of us, or when she said one of us was the killer, I don't know. In response, I asked, "Do you know who killed Thomas More?" Did she have any react? Did her eyes flicker a little extra? Did she do anything?
Any obvious tells?
She did
Did she-
change the
Based on what we did, there was no she didn't say anything. She didn't say She didn't deflect. She didn't defend. She didn't do anything.
She changed the
based on what
subject.
we-
She deflected. She changed the subject.
I mean, not in an obvious like not some like I was terrible at that whole conversation, right? So, but she, wasn't.
She
So I guess-
changed the subject pretty quick from that.
Yeah.
So she probably
so,
stands reason.
Baroness, a deduction.
Mm-hmm.
Vivian's ring came from an engagement that was broken by death, one that Vivian seems to not even be over. She seems saddened by. You know that Margaret Circle told you that she once overheard many years ago Alicia confronting Vivian about Severin's, shadiness and all of that. And Vivian was like, I don't care. He's marrying me. Then, psych, he's dead the wedding morning. So that is a wedding that Vivian sort of like wishes happened. Gladys,
Ring, probably.
that's a ring from a wedding that she wishes had never happened because it sort of brought so much shame. You get the sense that Gladys is not feeling. So the deduction of why she would keep them, she's not keeping both of those rings for the same reason. One of her sisters would probably want the ring. The other sister, would probably never want to see the ring again. As to her feelings for the Tom Moore, she told Sybil that she was never really in love with him. She just like missed that was an opportunity. If you recall that conversation Alicia had with you, Sybil.
I do.
So it seems like kind of like very different energies over them all. They don't share a cause. But the fact that she has chosen to keep them, and unlike many other things, like, these were in something she was, assuming would not be found.
They were hidden amongst the hidden.
I will also say, kind of, I'll hand this to you because I think people were sort of saying things close to this. There are things missing from Alicia's room, whether it's that box or whether it's all the stuff on her writing desk. There are things that just aren't there that seem conspicuously absent, that seem to not be there when one might expect them to be there. So there were things that she was maybe saying people would find, or someone was saying people would find, and then removed them. This, you guys suspect you found using cleverness and rules, and then we forgot to actually look at the fucking jewels.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yes.
Guys, we don't even know if Kors was really murdered. He could have just killed himself, or just,
Out of
being
sudden pain
drunk.
and guilt.
They still had so many people whose lives he could make use of.
Who knows? Maybe he had an attack of guilt, or somebody told him something that made him just climb out there, because it's very unlikely that anybody
I don't
really had the
know.
strength to do it.
I
Baroness,
don't know.
Baroness,
Yes?
do you have any aha points? You have one aha point.
I'll use it.
Would anyone like to donate an aha point to the Baroness? John will.
I'll give my last one.
All right, Baroness. You are homing in on something that is beginning to make sense. You're saying nobody would have the strength to make Kors jump. No one would have the strength to force him out as far as he would have to been to have shoved him. So you suspect he climbed out there and he jumped. And so you're wondering, yes, did he kill himself? But then you started saying, or did someone convince him? And as the thunder rumbles and the rain falls against the windows, that term that you have heard from the Marchioness comes back into your mind again. The context completely different than what you're being described, but it's that idea of twilight sleep. A highly suggestible state.
So
Amnesiac.
maybe he was
God.
drugged, and somebody just
told to jump
convinced
off.
him to jump off. I'll share this, of course, with everybody.
Huh.
The only way
That puts the Martians back in our suspect list.
But who? Can I search the
Who?
bathroom again to see if there are any sort of doctor? Come with
Can
me.
I check Zeus?
You want to check Zeus? You guys want to go
Yeah.
down to Zeus? You guys may,
So
you-
we are looking for drugs, twilight sleep drugs.
So, and I believe the doctor had talked to you about what drugs cause twilight sleep,
Mm,
or they was described.
And
The drugs
there was
were-
morphine and something else.
Morphine and scopolamine. So, Baroness, you want to look for morphine and scopolamine?
yes, how do I recognize them? Oh, with my background, I probably would.
You know what?
Which background are we talking
Actually,
about?
here's an
This
interesting.
is
So,
very-
Baroness, I'll actually phrase it like this: Baroness, you go in there. I'm gonna put some words in some mouths here, just because of how this is going. Baroness starts looking for morphine and scopolamine. We'll say Reginald goes, "How do you know what those look like?" And then he goes, "Oh, right." And then
What? What? Wait, what the heck does that mean?
Nothing, don't worry about it. Nothing, young man.
I feel like if
Everything
Mario's
is
here, he would have
alright.
said it. You don't find any morphine or scopolamine in that bathroom, no.
How about in
In,
Odette's
in
room?
Alicia's bathroom?
In
Is that where
in
you're
the
looking?
Hera bathroom.
Okay.
Let's look in Odette's room.
We were just there. It looks pretty clean as far as we can tell, right? Minus-
I mean, I don't think any of the other rooms are connected to bathrooms, right?
Only Zeus, Hera,
Yeah.
and Hades.
Would be looking Zeus. Where would I look? Okay, I'm out of clues. Where would I look for drugs?
I mean, we could check the Marchioness's.
You guys
room.
could go
We
down.
haven't been there
You
yet.
said you wanted to go search Zeus. You definitely did.
We should.
Yeah.
Are we skipping the tour of my room then? Just wondering. if we can.
Whatever you prefer.
No, I don't care if you guys search my room. It's what you prefer. I am not begging you to search my room. I am giving you the option.
This is the moment where I want you guys to all be like, everyone, let's all. I'm just gonna run to my room real quick, and then you guys can come search it, okay?
It's a mess in there. I gotta go.
Guys,
clean.
everyone, let's all go clean our rooms, then we can search each other's rooms.
Do you have any bottles of liquids in your room?
I was just gonna ask.
They are
Realistically,
liquids, right?
the only thing that I don't know what really was available at the time, but I feel like the only thing they should realistically have is maybe like either this or the equivalent of the old-timey equivalent of a bottle of absinthe or something like that.
Yeah,
That's probably all she'd have.
Or, like
reasonable.
perfume or
Oh, all right.
No, I have allergies. I wouldn't wear perfume like that.
So you guys are going to go to Zeus, is that correct? Or you're going to
Right.
Nemesis? Which one?
I'm going to Zeus.
You're going to Zeus. Everybody going to Zeus? Just Zeus trip?
Yep.
Yes.
Finish
Yes,
out.
I am locking my door again, though.
All right. You guys head down to the first floor. Walking past Athena.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
One thing I want to do, I want to pocket VCSD, that ring.
You pocket VCSD. Okay.
Can we put the rest of the jewelry
put the
back in
rest
the
back.
thing? Lock the thing.
Great.
And everyone knows I pocketed VCSD.
Make a luck roll, Doctor. I'm not sure if this is what you're planning on, but I'll have this be a possibility.
Sure. 3. I have exactly 2 aha points. Let's make it true.
Okay. I'm just gonna. This may be completely not what you were looking for, so apologies for that. But it is late anyway, so smoke them if you got them. As you guys come down to the first floor landing, coming up the steps from the ground floor is the sort of severe sight of Vivian sort of walking sort of dramatically up. looking a bit forlorn. Upon seeing you all, there's like a brief pause. Oh, hello.
This course. Are the rest of you proceeding on to the Zeus room? I'll say,
Yes.
Miss Course, I have something I want to discuss with you.
I am staying with the doctor.
Okay. Do you allow that, Doctor, or do you?
I'll allow that.
Others proceed down hallway. Great. Okay, so we'll do evens, Vivian, odds, Zeus. I roll another odds. So we cut to the people going to the room of Zeus. John, Baroness, Lord Reginald. The door is not locked.
I'll check inside. Is anybody there?
No one is inside.
Here we go.
Bill Gwen.
Um,
I'm going straight to the bathroom. probably.
you go to the bathroom. Baroness, you find... where are you looking at the bathroom? Are you looking at bottles and at the ceiling from the back of the bathtub?
Yes.
Okay, cool. In the bottles, you find no morphine or scopolamine. From the thing of the bathtub, you find 3 numbers. Do I have to roll what the numbers are?
No.
Well,
No.
you find
We'll
3
open the
numbers.
safe.
20.
What's that, John?
Can we open the safe then?
I mean, what safe? I mean, there's this painting right above
Yep.
the bed, but what safe are you talking about?
I will look for a safe.
You just look at the behind the picture of bed, so you don't even have to roll.
Turns out there's no safe here.
Actually, I saw something behind the picture when it was rocking last night. So
Oh, you already knew that's something to say.
Did you really?
no, I'm just being nice.
Okay.
No.
alright.
The headboard was banging so much that the
Yeah, the
picture like
The
moved.
paint just open slightly, like, That is really,
I really
I
like the
love
idea
Ivan.
that while John is doing his thing, he just notices like, oh, there's something shiny behind there. How weird. Like taking note of things in the room.
I really like this guy's, this painter's brushwork. It's really
God,
nice.
the decor in this room is just wonderful. Like,
I really should get the name of the decorator before.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, yes, there is a safe.
excuse me. I will open it.
You open the safe with a combination. In the safe are several books bound in sort of varying kinds of bindings, some cheap paper, some thicker paper. A look at them. Are you the only who's like going through the safe? Just you or everybody?
I'm looking over his shoulder.
Okay, Baroness. If you want to, you can faint. These are books of an erotic nature. Some
Oh, no, I can't do
Tijuana Bibles, some sort of prose, some etchings.
Some X-shaped.
I'd be like, oh,
black
scandalous,
and
scandalous. Oh my god.
I'll have
Oh,
to
my
keep these to rid them
goodness.
from the world.
Yeah.
These are so horrific. Ah, yes.
Putting them in the bag. Yeah. Anything else?
Who wrote these? Just so I know who to avoid later. My God.
We will
My
not
goodness.
get particularly like graphic about such things, but there may also be some implements one might use. Point being, you can close the safe up.
That's where she put it.
Point being, things were very different also in the 30s with how that stuff worked. But the point is, you can close that up just whenever you guys are ready. But you don't find morphine, and you find erotica and things.
Can I ask Lord Reginald to lift some furniture because he likes to do that, to search for things?
Sure. Make a physicality roll. That's Lord
Reginald.
Reginald. Sorry. He rolls a 7.
Old lady do it?
So he starts lifting stuff. I'll tell you what. There's a funny sequence where he's just like lifting stuff and everyone's like, okay, whatever. He lifts up like the corner of the bed and there's like a box under there and he just sets that down and he lifts other stuff. Doctor, you saw there's a box under the bed.
No, I'm not. I didn't.
What?
I'm not in the room.
Oh, you're not in the room. I'm so sorry. So there's a box under the bed, Baroness and John.
Oh wait, Reginald lifted that one again.
Okay.
Grab
Or-
the box.
Also, you could have just
Pull out the box.
easy to just
Oh,
slide that.
I
Well,
could
box
just
in.
okay.
slide the box out.
So you
Yes,
guys get a
open the
box.
box.
This box is locked.
I
Is
think
that
the lock.
looks like the same
Roll
size
it.
box that was missing from Alicia's room?
I think he showed you the
This
area.
is escape artist, right?
This is escape artistry. That's fine. Oh, but it's the escape artist. But it's you won't earn an aha point because
Oh,
it's not
right.
on your body. I'll tell you what. If you want to put the box, like if you want
I was
to,
gonna say, if he does it a certain way,
yeah.
it
If you
can
hold
be
the
on
box
his body.
against you, it can be an escape artistry.
Wow. I rolled a 4 and a 5, so just barely.
Just barely. All right, and no aha point either way. Maybe we'll say you were trying to do it and it said, perfect. You open
Like when
this
guys
box.
can only tie a tie when it's on them, not when it's on someone
Exactly.
It's so much harder.
You manage to barely pick this lock. Within, you find a collection
More erotica?
of no, not erotica. You find a collection of inks, various different pens of different sizes and shapes, sort of scrubbing touch-up brushes. You find like numerous magnification lenses. In short, if this were a D&D campaign, you would find I think it
forger's
cost
kit.
a forger's kit. Correct.
Is this the same box that was in Alicia's room?
You don't know?
Is it the size? But it's the same size
It's
that was.
roughly the same
remo-
size.
Okay.
We will now go to the landing.
So the same size.
Vivian
as
is sort
what would've been
of
in the
pausing
dressing
there with the doctor and Sybil.
Miss Course. May we have an audience with you privately within your room?
Oh, very well. She'll go to the Athena door and open it. It was not locked, and walk inside, and you can follow her in.
You know, close the door behind us, just to be sure no one's hiding in here, right? No one's a stealth assassin or ninja. Turns out
Make a physicality roll.
5.
Wouldn't it be a luck roll?
No, it's just you look around and you're
There's no
like, is there a Wednesday line shaped like weird thing behind the curtain? No, there's no one else in here.
No. Okay, cool. Very well. Miss Vivian Course, how well do you know your eldest sister?
As well as sisters most often know one another. Why do you ask?
She was. You mentioned. Did she mention to me that her sister was against her marriage to Severin Dooley?
No.
Well,
She hasn't mentioned that to anybody. That all came from good old Maggie Cirque. Cirque de Maggie.
accurate.
Okay.
It is. Let's see. We are aware, thanks to some of your servants. Thank you, Margaret Circle. That
You know you are getting them in trouble.
no, it's fine. That Alicia was against your marriage to Severin Dooley back many years ago.
Well, sometimes sisters have such petty squabbles, but such things are not. It is many years ago.
Do you hold any ill will against her for any of that? Though I suppose it doesn't really matter much considering he unfortunately passed on the day of your wedding.
Vivian seems very anxious about this. Why do you ask? On a
I
day
ask
such as
because-
this.
I'll produce the engagement ring VCSD from my pocket.
Her already sort of ashen face goes white.
We found this in your sister's room.
In Alicia's room.
Yes,
Where?
in her safe.
She takes the ring.
I want to ask, as we are, for the moment, trapped on this island because of the weather. Sorry about the weather.
Sorry about the weather.
I'm dreadfully sorry about the weather.
I do not want to. I want to eliminate. Let me fix my wording. I want to make sure that whoever is the murderer is caught. And I want to be sure that Alicia's not playing some game with all of us here.
Alicia is like my father, but without taking joy in her sadism. She clutches the ring to her chest.
Vivian, I guess you didn't give her that ring to hold on to for you or anything like that.
No. This ring disappeared from off my finger while I was in the throes of my grief. Dr. Houston had given me a sleeping draught. When I awoke, the ring was gone.
When when Roy Martin left Gladys, in her grief, was she also given a sleeping drug?
Yes. Why do you ask?
I want some too. No,
I want to just forget this weekend ever happened.
yeah. There was Vivian, based on what you know and what we've shown you just now, is there anything you've maybe been keeping to yourself that would, whether it's about Alicia or not, that would shed some light on any parts of this weekend?
Guys, man. Sybil. Vibes.
Are vibes being checked?
My vibe sense is tingling.
Stand back. She's about to vibe.
Uh-oh. Whoa, let's hope it doesn't get messy.
It depends on the vibe, man. I can't control it.
What did we roll?
Oh, I didn't. Sorry. I wanted you to finish your thought, but
No, I'm.
I got a 10 and a 6, so I get an hot point back.
All right. What you also get.
When Sybil vibed all over those guys.
Reading the extra legal element, the circumstances of this are something I was not anticipating, but this is a really cool cinematic scene, and even though this is happening in this Sybil, I hope this doesn't seem anticlimactic or something that this is done in this way, but Sybil, the eyes that Vivian sort of looks back at you with are wild. The eyes
Like she's
of
about to come at me wild, or like
that she's about to once again commit a violent act. But you do not believe you are her target. Sybil says...
oh well, there's that at least.
Sybil says
Sybil says?
No, sorry. Vivian sort of like says in this wildness of like, I guess I've yet to take enough from her. And then she turns and goes downstairs, marching directly. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Well, mystery solved. We know who killed Mr. Slickett. Though I guess we already knew that before.
Oh,
I mean, you have.
We had no
guys.
proof, but
Well, this is interesting because this is it's a Sybil figuring thing out. You guys, the ring handing to us is not ready for that, so I think this is, I want to give you guys a good murder mystery, but I think this is what would happen there. So, mystery sort of solved, sort of. But is she gonna go?
mystery
one of
half
them.
solved.
Is she gonna go stab her sister? I don't know.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's she is marching down, and Sybil can tell this is she has the stabbing eyes.
Oh no!
Uh,
Based on what she said, taking away, I'm afraid she's gonna stab Odette and not Alicia.
Also very
Yeah, that's
plausible.
what I was thinking too.
I'm gonna.
But I mean,
stop
if
her
she knows
by any
about
means necessary.
if she knows about the switch, then she would stab Joey, and Joey's already been poisoned earlier. So
Ooh, maybe she'll kill both because she's not sure.
yeah, it's one of you fuckers. Let's go.
Cover all your bases. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
It's just real quick gonna turn into a horror movie while we're all running away.
well, we're done. As to the other mystery, who the fuck cares?
Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck that
he,
guy.
he deserved it.
Yep.
No, he had it coming. He
I
had
think
it
I
coming
still
all
think
along.
it was Odette. It was Odette because she
I
got
thought it.
this.
I've been thinking it was the Marchioness for a while.
so not
I mean, I do
because-
have like a slightly
Maybe-
joke theory that it was the Marchioness so that you and her could finally be together in like vampire matrimony.
But actually, unironically, that was one of the reasons I thought she might.
Yeah,
have killed
exactly,
because
right?
of
It was
shit.
it was funny, but also like maybe there's something
well.
there.
There's all right. So there is some. Those are some big sort of moments here. Thank you, players. I feel like you guys have figured some stuff out tonight, and clearly you learned a big thing at the end. But a lot of the other stuff you were learning, I think, was leading you towards some conclusions here. So, with that, I think we will wrap up this session. Next week, I strongly suspect this game ends next week based on what just happened. It's possible you guys will be like, cool, can we play Pinochle all day now? Like, I mean, I don't know, but also, and even though it's only sort of appropriate for this channel, next week is chapter 13.
Oh no!
So I think it may be
So it goes.
that
So
may
here's how it's gonna
feel,
end.
you know.
We have all the stationery. We have a day. We're gonna then whittle some dice, and then in character we're gonna start.
Yo,
Philip, question.
please.
Since next week, it's very likely we're finishing. And also next week is my birthday. Do I get like 50 aha points or something? Something.
How about a whole 13?
Are you turning 50? If so, who
If it
if
gets
so,
me
who
50
does
points,
your
I'll be
work?
Whatever age you need me to be, yeah.
My birthday was 2 days ago. Can be like.
Oh, you should have. You have to ask beforehand.
You missed the deadline.
Tell you what.
Statute of limitations.
Because next week is your birthday. Even though
based
it's
on age, I get 32 points then.
even though it is session 13, I won't have any horror elements in it. How about that?
See, here's the problem with that is that I was already promised that. Like,
But I never
at the
thought we'd make
start.
it to 13. Guys, I can't help
So-
numbers.
No. You can't give me something I already had.
I do it so much. Are you kidding
You
me?
think he'll
I give
just
people
eventually
things all the
do that.
time.
Philip is totally a regifter. Totally.
Highly capable of it. Well, everybody, thank you so much. We'll probably have a murder, some murders well solved, some mysteries uncovered next week. And as to if there are birthday aha points, maybe I'll give you birthday points. They're just like aha points, but more fun. And then
Is the
does
exchange
not,
rate
does
equal,
not
or is
accept
it
birthday
like-
points. Birthday points not accepted. It's just itchy,
Yeah,
scratchy
just-
bucks.
All right.
That's a classic.
We'll figure
Monopoly
something
mine.
out. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you like what we do here, please not like. That's a different system.
and subscribe.
Follow our channel, and if you are able to subscribe, it is Subtember, and if you can't sub in Subtember, get ready to Dom in Domtober. Have I never made that? Have you never heard that? I do
No,
that. I do it so much. So thank you so
Dommy?
much for watching
that so
tonight.
much?
We do have various other games. We're going to have a let's see, maybe a Star Trek game in the next couple days. It might be on Saturday. Not sure exactly when. On Friday, 7:30 p.m. We will have another session of Merkshire of Blood from a Stone, our horror game, a very 13-centric game that. On Sunday, we'll have another session of A More Wretched Hive, our Star Wars game featuring a bunch of musicians such as Murdenki, the Glimfid. that is a really majestically perched cat. A week from Monday, this coming Monday, we will have Civilized Age, our Star Wars game. Things on Civilized Age got intense last night. I really thought we were about to have a player death of a major Star Wars character, no less. And then on a week from tonight will be Session 13, Chapter 13, likely the last session here. I've said it so many times, but this time I think it's very probable that next week's the end, featuring birthday points for Miss Sybil Wilson. Please check that out. Go to the About page here on Twitch to see all the cool stuff our players get up to. Go over to our Discord. That's kind of our central, hub of things. Link is in chat for that. We post recaps, talk. We'll announce when that game's coming. Also follow us on Instagram, because that's where we always announce when games will be too. Like if there's a Star Trek game, if you want to know, you can follow us on Instagram. That is at LongLastLoreRPG. I think that's all I've got. Anybody else want to say anything?
Meow.
Understood. Then, until next time, the game is afoot. Ooh.
I'm gonna smash that MF.